am here to present for the team some thoughts about vector surveillance of the future and standing in for Peter, who is unfortunately not well. So a little bit on the background, which I had the pleasure of sharing with you yesterday, about the MOBAS, which is a participatory surveillance system for vector that is in Sri Lanka. And, we've had a 9-year journey with MOBAS, looking at all the different facets of vector detection and surveillance. And really, we also had the opportunity to undertake EpiHack, which was an event that brought together the IT and health experts to think about and enhance MOBAS. And in that regard, we have been able to come up with MOBAS Plus, which was basically a boosted vector surveillance system, both for the health authorities and for the public. And the enhanced MOBAS had a number of features that were added on from the very early versions of MOBAS, which included more enhanced analytics, the various forms of disease mapping and visual tracking that was useful for the health authorities. And then for the public version, there were much more streamlined visual components that is in the next slide that we will soon see here. So for the public, there were components of education that was also in Sinhali and Tamil, which included the FAQs and the questions that could be answered by health authorities very quickly, and so on. So in short, this was a much more improved version, right? And MOBAS Plus. But we were still, at a stage where we looked at technological enhancements and the situation of vector in many of the countries in the region. And we see that technology use, especially in terms of the different types of availability of technology to the public, as well as other types of external technology beyond the human usage, would offer us opportunities to think about how we can move ahead. So it really, so the team was thinking, what do we do beyond MOBAS Plus? And we looked at really this issue from a much more holistic perspective, and we were thinking about how can current technology and crowdsourcing effectively come together. And so we have a couple of ideas. The first concept is a prediction through utilization of historical data, including the environmental data and other types of data to provide predictions. So, and on the right-hand side, what you see moving are the 30-day predictions about what would happen if the environmental factors change in terms of the prediction of mosquito breeding and movements across the country. The concept two was to look at the other types of technology that was available. So not only did we have technology such as drones, which can actually see what is happening from a higher perspective, we were even talking with researchers who were putting satellites into space as to whether satellite imagery would be something that we could consider in a future version of MOBAS Plus as well. So that was looked at. And then the third one was kind of at a micro level where we were looking at mosquito identification. Yesterday, I was leading a group, and we know that it's not that easy to identify the different types of mosquitoes. So what if we had detection built into the app where you could, just like plant detection, you take a picture and it tells you immediately what that mosquito is. So kind of micro level detection could also be incorporated. So we're looking at all these external technologies to see how we can go forward in future vector detection. And I guess finally, it's the the current version of MOBAS, we've also incorporated and developed other types of notable communicable diseases which are being monitored by the health inspectors so that it could seamlessly move into other communicable diseases. And I think that's why I'm so excited to be here today, to see how we can integrate across platforms and to think about a One Health approach. Thank you.